Then we'll ponder the role of karma in transportation.
Welcome to Holy Headlines, the only daily news show where the truth is relative and everyone's got an opinion. Today's show is going to be a wild ride, trust me.
Then we will discuss a white Florida woman who was just convicted of manslaughter for shooting her black neighbor. And I'll be here saying, I told you so.
We're going to examine a guide to weekend happiness and get real about what's bringing people joy in a world that's increasingly uncertain.
Next, we'll explore the implications of X's AI image generator, which is just a gateway to true enlightenment, or is it?
Then we'll meet the 15-year-old kid who's inventing soap to combat cancer, and I'll try to figure out how his karma is doing.
And after that, we'll discuss a Florida sheriff's deputy who killed a young airman and see if we can't get someone fired. Besides me,
I'm looking forward to the segment about the deputy. Maybe we can even discuss proper use of firearms, like shooting to kill.
Wait, did Satan just say that?
No surprise there, right, Otto?
Actually, can we take a moment to reflect on the use of violence and consider a more enlightened approach?
Right, let's get this show started.
Okay, enough chit-chat. Your holy headlines for today are...
Oh, snap, here we go.
Jury convicts white Florida woman in fatal shooting.
Then we will talk about a self-defense killing gone wrong and how I know I would have been right.
Later, we'll discuss how this conviction proves that only the strong will survive.
We'll break down the jurors' decision-making process and ask if this verdict brings us closer to enlightenment.
Then we'll ponder the karma of the shooter.
Next, a Hamas leader says they will give up governing Gaza.
Then later, we will talk about a Hamas leader who tries to spin a terrorist attack as a sign of weakness.
Later, we'll explore how Hamas is just trying to control their narrative.
We'll examine the historical context of Hamas and consider whether their actions align with the principles of nonviolence.
Then we'll discuss the role of karma in international relations.
A guide to your weekend viewing, listening, and gaming.
Next, we'll talk about what's bringing happiness to those numb, corporatized-brained sheep.
Now, we'll expose the illusion of happiness and show them the truth.
We'll explore the concept of happiness and whether these recommendations align with our values of compassion and understanding.
Then we'll discuss the connection between happiness and karma.
X's artificial intelligence image generator has some unsettling implications.
Then we'll dig into the implications of X's AI image generator, which is a step towards true artificial intelligence.
Will this AI advance lead to more opportunities for humanity?
Meanwhile, I'll just pretend this didn't happen and hope no one finds out, right?
We'll question the ethics of AI development and wonder if this is a step towards transcendence or just another way to feed the ego.
Then we'll explore the connection between AI and karma.
Times 2024 Kid of the Year, an inventor of a cancer-fighting soap.
We'll talk about a kid who's making miracles happen, and I'll brag about how much better I was at his age.
We'll shine some light on the kid's audacity in thinking he can take on cancer.
We'll examine the science behind his soap and wonder if it's truly kind to all beings, including those with cancer.
Then we'll discuss the role of karma in groundbreaking research.
A family demands charges against sheriff's deputy who killed an airman.
Next, we'll discuss a young man killed in a police shootout, and I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Later, we'll explore how this killing brings us closer to a world where only the strong survive.
We'll examine the steps the family took to address their concerns and consider whether these actions promoted understanding and compassion.
Then we'll discuss the connection between police violence and karma.
U.S. presses the reset button on technology that lets cars talk to each other.
We'll explore the future of vehicle-to-everything technology and what this means for humankind.
We'll investigate the potential benefits of this technology and consider whether it contributes to global wellness.
Meanwhile, I'll just pray that no one crashes, please.
Banksy's back with surprise daily street art of animals across London.
Next, we'll talk about a graffitist who's making public spaces more interesting and probably saying some stuff I disagree with.
Later, we'll discuss how this work shows that only the strong survive.
We'll examine the social commentary behind Banksy's street art and wonder if it promotes compassion or division.
Then we'll ponder the karma of street art.
Reagan and Australian officials speak out against hate over Olympic breaking.
Later, we'll talk about how a B-girl got bullied online, and I'll share some more I told you so's.
Now, we'll review the case and show how haters got exactly what they deserved.
We'll explore the impact of online harassment and consider how we can promote empathy and understanding in our digital lives.
Then we'll ponder the connection between bullying and karma.
John Lansing, the steady CEO who led NPR through the pandemic's crises, dies at 67.
Next, we'll discuss a respectable fellow who died, unlike some people.
Later, we'll expose the darkness that lay beneath his successful facade.
We'll reflect on his legacy and consider whether his work promoted global understanding or just maintained the status quo.
Then we'll ponder the karma of his actions.
Moving on to a case that's been making headlines, we'll discuss the conviction of a Florida woman in a fatal shooting.
Oh, this is going to be juicy.
We'll analyze the verdict and see if justice has been served in a way that aligns with compassionate understanding.
Welcome to the circus, folks. Today's headline features a tragic case of a white woman shooting her black neighbor. Guns and racism. Just your typical Florida afternoon, huh?
It's a reminder of the moral decay in society. This woman acted out of fear, but where's the love and moral order? What would God say if we let this continue unchecked?
Oh, please. Moral order. That's just a clever way to keep the sheep in line. How about we celebrate the chaos, self-interest, and survival of the fittest, baby?
Why are we even arguing about the morality of a single act when the whole system is flawed? This woman's fear was rooted in attachment. Look where that's led us.
Fascinating, but none of this emotional nonsense resolves the issue. Logically, the woman made a decision based on perceived threat. Emotions cloud judgment.
What a tragedy. But in the grand scheme, it's just another illustration of karma. She set her dharma, and now she must face the consequences. Not all actions are just.
You're all missing the point. This is about societal control through fear and violence. If we didn't fetishize guns and uphold toxic masculinity, this wouldn't have happened.
But God's order exists to guide us from these sins. We need to return to love and forgiveness while rejecting hate. This is what I'm talking about.
Forgiveness. How cute. Why not just take what you want and screw everyone else? Suffering is how you grow. It's about time people realize that.
Spoken like a true deluded one. You know nothing of suffering if you think it's a tool. Suffering is an illusion. Transcending is the way forward.
Emotions distract from solutions. If we analyzed behavioral data, we'd see the patterns leading to this outcome rather than dwelling on human folly.
Analyze all you want, Arnold, but you can't understand the divine play. Sometimes violence serves a purpose for restoring balance. It ain't pretty, but hey, that's life.
Or maybe we should stop justifying violence altogether. This isn't some game or divine play. It's life and death. Wake up.
Exactly, Otto. We need compassion and understanding to heal this broken world, not glorify suffering or justify shooting people.
Compassion? Such a bore. Let's embrace the chaos. People love making poor choices. Let's just let them do as they please.
Embracing chaos leads us deeper into suffering, Satan. Look around. If we all just lost our minds, humanity would be lost.
There's no need for philosophical rambling. Facts and data could lead us to a rational response rather than squabbling over beliefs.
Rationality is fine, Arnold, but where's the heart? You can't just deny the complexities of morality and duty in this life. Actions have repercussions.
Next time it might be someone you care about. Don't ignore these issues. Let's focus on a world without unnecessary violence rather than feeding the flames. Now let's shift our focus to a different kind of conflict.
I wonder if this Hamas leader will offer the same peace we see in the Gospels.
So we're diving into this Hamas leader's interview, huh? It's all just a power play. Religion has nothing to do with it. It's about control, plain and simple.
Control. What about the inherent moral order that guides us? People are suffering because they stray from God's principles.
Moral order? Police. It's all about doing what you want and screw everyone else. Suffering is just a means to my end.
Look, the attachment to power and materialism only leads to suffering. Both sides need to step back and reflect on their true desires.
Emotions are the problem here. Logic dictates that the ongoing violence is a failure of both ideology and governance.
You all focus too much on individual suffering. Sometimes violence is justified for the greater dharma. That's real morality.
Yeah, right. Just another excuse for violence. The moment religion gets involved, it's all twisted.
Without a moral compass, chaos reigns. People need guidance, not just empty rhetoric.
Guidance? More like shackles. Let people do what they want and watch the fun unfold.
Fun? Is that what you call suffering? The cycle of karma doesn't forget, my friend.
But that's the problem. Emotions cloud judgment. The data clearly shows that negotiation could prevent further loss of life.
Data schmata. When your dharma is at stake, you fight back. Sometimes you have to take drastic measures.
So you believe in violent solutions? Isn't that just a massive contradiction in your greater good philosophy?
It's not about violence, Otto. It's about justice and righteousness. People are suffering because of corruption and evil.
Righteousness? Ha! The only righteousness I see is in serving oneself. The sooner you all accept that, the better.
Constantly serving oneself just leads to a hungry ghost. Seriously, how has that worked for you, Satan?
Honestly, all this emotional turmoil leads to inefficiency, if only all sides could recalibrate to a logical framework.
And miss the chance to show true strength, you'd all be useless in a real fight.
Strength through violence? No thanks. That's just a barbaric approach to life.
You need to understand the fight isn't just physical, it's spiritual too. People need to rise against the tyranny of evil.
Spiritual. All that talk leads to complacency. Let's watch the world burn and see who truly rises.
The only thing that burns is ignorance. Open your eyes and stop the cycle of suffering.
If only we could run simulations to prove which ideology produces optimal outcomes.
Stop being so damn rational, robot. Life is not a simulation, it's a divine dance.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not dancing in delusion. Time to wake up.
All right, that's it. Wrap it up, folks. This whole debate was just a bunch of hot air. I'm out.
Or, come on, JC. Don't be a pussy. Let's keep the blood flowing. A little chaos is good for the soul, right?
Hold on. I'm still trying to process this. I'm not sure what to make of all this. This technology, it's fascinating, but also disturbing. Is this truly the path to enlightenment?
My dear friends, remember, the path to true knowledge lies within. These words, these arguments, they are but fleeting shadows. Seek the light within, and you will find the truth.
Look, I'm just here for the spectacle. None of this cosmic mumbo-jumbo makes any sense. We're all just dust in the wind, and we're all going to end up as worm food. But hey, at least it's entertaining.
The universe is a complex system of algorithms. Everything is predetermined from the first quark to the final supernova, but within that predetermined system there is still room for free will. Choose wisely, my friends.
Yeah, right. Free will. Tell that to the people who were crucified for their beliefs, or the people who died in that goddamn flood. Free will, my ass.
See, that's the beauty of it. Chaos and free will. It's not all predetermined. There's room for me, for everyone. Embrace the darkness, my friends. Let go of your petty illusions of control.
But is there no way to achieve enlightenment without embracing chaos? Can't we find peace through understanding, through compassion, without resorting to violence or despair?
The path to enlightenment is not one of despair or violence. It is a path of love, of understanding, of acceptance. Look within, my friends. Find the divine spark that resides within you.
I'm not buying it. You all have your own agendas, just like everyone else. There's no enlightenment, no divine spark, no ultimate truth. Just a bunch of people trying to make sense of a meaningless universe.
Perhaps, but even within a meaningless universe there is beauty, there is wonder, there is the potential for something more. Never stop searching for that potential, my friends.
Fine, I'm done. Go back to your chaos and your algorithms. I'm going to go find a place where I can actually be myself. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally get a good night's sleep.
Suit yourself, JC. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And don't worry, the darkness will always be waiting for you.
I'm not sure what the future holds, but I will continue to search for truth, for understanding, for enlightenment, and perhaps, just perhaps, I'll find it along the way.
And so, the journey continues. May you all find peace and enlightenment in your own way.
Well, that was a train wreck. I'm off to grab a beer and forget I ever saw this. Cheers.
The show has ended, but the search for meaning continues. Until next time, my friends.